So we have the tier list right here. These are the 31 reverse retro jerseys that were announced yesterday at time of filming. So that was the Monday, 16th of November. This will hopefully be up on Tuesday evening. As always, we have the greatest of all time, Hall of Fame, first round pick, third line grinder, and healthy scratch. It works quite well. I was potentially going to add a lower one than healthy scratch, but we've left it as is because that's what we normally do. And as always, we are going to go in alphabetical order as the league stands. So we are going to have a nice chunk here where Dan talks about his and then I talk about mine. The first one, we've got the most controversial jersey, if you ask me, about my jersey collecting career. We've got the Mighty Ducks. Now, do you want to say a bit about it, Dan? Because I've got a real affinity to it.
Yeah, you really like this jersey. It's the Wild Wing, and they flipped it to be because was it always white? It wasn't white before.
It was white on the shoulders and blue on the body.
Yeah, and they flipped it around so it's white on the body and the sort of the bluey green color on the bottom and the shoulders. I mean, I don't like the Wild Wing, so that's my problem.
It's one of them ones that's just so mad. I have to like it.
Yeah, I just think if you look at NHL jerseys, every single one that I'm looking at there looks like an NHL jersey, apart from the Wild Wing.
It looks serious. It looks serious.
Yeah, apart from the Wild Wing looks like something you get in a rec league, in my opinion, and it always has. But the fact that they went back to it's quite cool because it's definitely a unique jersey, and I like when teams go.
What we are going to say quickly, we're going to rank them ultimately on the design, and then we're going to comment on the effectiveness as reverse retro. So, for example, reverse retro there, I think they've smashed it because they've literally just changed the two colours over.
Yeah, they've gone to a retro jersey and reversed the colours, and it does look different, obviously, because it's basically an away version of what was the dark jersey. But to me, it boils down to the fact that I don't like the jersey, and I've never really liked the jersey.
And where would you go there? I've got somewhere in my mind.
I'd stick it on the third line grinder personally because I just don't like it. But I will give them points.
First round.
I would. I mean, this is the thing.
Shall
we've
we
got
bump it up to
on
first because it was a classic reverse?
We'll bump. Okay, we'll give it. Even though I would not want to own that jersey. Like I would, if I found the original, I'd pick it up. Obviously, because it's collectible and worth quite a lot of money. But I'm not going out my way to buy an Adidas.
That is a thing like me. It's like I don't know if I would buy that Ducks one.
No.
Or if I hold out the next one. The
next one's beautiful.
It's unreal. I've not heard anyone say a bad word about this. That jersey's classic. I often think there's actually a post going up tonight about the green one that we've got coming for sale on Black Friday. But when people talk about Kachina, it's the white and the black, mainly the black at the minute because that's the one the Coyotes are with. But I feel like the Peyote, as it's nicknamed, is seriously underrated.
Yeah, and
like
I like the. Hold on. Sorry, sneezed. I like the Peyote Coyote anyway, and I didn't realise it would look that good in purple.
I honestly,
I kind of prefer it to the green. I prefer it to the green one. I think it looks great in purple. And again, brave move to go back to one like that, which I think's class. Because they could have been really lazy and just done a white Kachina. And
or
they decided
even like
against
green that. Kachina or something, a red one.
Yeah, but they brought back Coyote with gecko shoulder patches, desert stripe and all.
Yeah,
it looks fantastic, I think.
What I like about it, again, reverse retro, if we're giving, a few extra marks for reverse retro, they've literally gone purple and green and just swapped it over.
Yeah. Yeah, and I love the shoulder patches. I love the little gecko shoulder patches.
They look
I'm
really
biased because I own a gecko, so I like lizards. But I do rate it. I do rate that a lot. Shout out to Django.
Dan often just walks around with the gecko on his shoulder, on his Kachina.
So I don't want the half crest moves. I just want a live lizard.
So obviously, greatest of all time should really only be one, but I'm more than happy to do more than one.
There's a few on here that are gonna go in my opinion.
Now I'm putting Coyote at top.
Yeah, I'll agree.
Do you agree? Disagree?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm looking now. There is probably there's two I know for a fact that I definitely want to put in GOAT, and one, and you've already put one of them in there. So. Boston.
Bruins.
It's nice.
It's all right. It's solid.
They didn't do a Pooh Bear throwback,
or even a bear at all.
Well, no, it's got the crackhead bear on the shoulders again. The bear.
Well, it's got the meth bear on the shoulder, but it's yellow, which is a change.
I actually really like it. I think it looks quite clean. There's been a few yellow Boston jerseys, not many, but I think it looks really clean.
I can only think of the Pooh Bear. It's not. It's just it's a jersey,
I'd buy it.
A jersey at the end of the day.
If I was getting a Boston jersey, that's one I would consider. I quite like it.
You've got to remember, to me in my head anyway, we've got 4 tiers that aren't negative, and the only negative would be a healthy scratch. In this one anyway. Previous ones where we're ranking other people's, we won't be a negative anyway. But I reckon Bruins, personally, for me, is just third line. It's just, it's solid.
I'd probably put it the one above, but we'll leave it there for now if you want. I would. Okay. We're really looking at actual jersey designs. Are you really going to tell me that the Wild Wing is a nicer looking jersey than that Boston one? Because it's just not, is it?
We'll go first. The next one, I wasn't sure when it was rumoured they were going to go Goat Head or the Butter Knives, whichever you want. They're the nicknames from, obviously. And then when they did the teaser for I think it was last Friday or whatever, they had it on the shoulder. And it's one of them ones where there's a few other ones as well that I'm looking at. You've got the Colorado one, the Minnesota one, the Kings one, and there's one other one where basically they've gone their new logo but a recolor.
Well, they've got an old logo but the new colours.
Yeah. I was a bit worried how they were going to look, but to be honest, I think the Buffalo is nice.
Yeah, it looks great.
Nice.
I really like it.
Obviously, on here, we could only upload one photo per jersey, but the silver detail on the goat head's really, really nice.
Well, I have to say, Buffalo have actually been smashing it with the detail on their jerseys recently. Obviously, they added all the detail on the Buffalo on the gold 50th anniversary one, which now has been transferred over to the actual logo on the home and away. So that's now got that detailing. And yeah, the detailing on the goat head on the shoulder patches is phenomenal. And I really like it. I'd put it Hall of Fame personally. I would. That is definitely a Buffalo jersey I would look to get at some point.
And for me, it would be first round pick, but then it gets the extra points because of it was an old jersey that they've reversed the colours on to get the new one.
Yeah, and they've kept that.
There's a lot of jerseys here. Well, not a lot. There's one definitely in my head. Well, 2 really, where they're nice jerseys, but there's no reverse about it. They've stayed the same.
Yeah, well, that's. I sent you a video last night, didn't I?
Yeah, onto that point. Perhaps actually my favourite one is the Calgary Blastie.
That's your favourite?
I
can't stop sneezing.
That or the Coyotes, I think. I just love black with a red and a yellow. I think it the flying skate. I just think it works so well together. The only way it would lose minus points is it's just not reverse. It was black anyway. Unless you see a really fake Ginla one that was red.
It was red. Yeah, they never made a red Blastie, by the way, people.
I just this is another. I'm looking at that, and if I wasn't a hockey fan and was looking at jerseys to pick a team, which I know people do, and that's completely fine. If you pick a team because you like the jersey, I always say, as English people, British, wherever you're from, if you don't live in America or Canada, so Dan's a Sens fan because he lived in Canada, he has a reason to support them. If you've not got a reason, like, you pick them because they've got nice jerseys, do it. But if I was looking at these and picking a team just on the jersey, I think I'd have to go Calgary.
I mean, it's a nice looking jersey. Do you know what I kind of thought they might do for the reverse? Was actually, I knew always knew if they were going to do a blast, it was going to be black. But I thought they might change the actual logo, like as in have have Blastie red and the Flames yellow, or do something that way. But they didn't even do that. They just left it exactly the same. So I mean, it's nice. I like it. I like it a lot.
I would go on that one. Do you want to argue that, or
I'd put it Hall of Fame? Hall of Fame for now.
Okay.
Let's not crowd.
We are going to get
too much.
Yeah, as usual, we're going to get 2 wild cards, 1 up, 1 down each. The next one, I don't know why the photo is so far away, but we've got the I'll put it up big. Hartford Whalers, Carolina jersey.
I think it looks nice. It's on silver, isn't it?
It's nice.
It's on a sort of grey, silvery colour rather than a white.
So they did have one that was like navy with grey. So I think this is a reverse of that. What I find a little bit odd, and I'm not slating Carolina for this at all. I think other teams should do it. Carolina are one of the only teams where they show off their heritage a lot. Obviously, with these jerseys, it's a bit different because you've got the Colorado, you've got the Minnesota, other teams. So, for example, someone messages why didn't Jets do Thrashers? Because it's part of the history.
It's a good point, especially when we get onto that Jets jersey. But
the
Whalers one is nice. I agree with you. We did get a Whalers jersey last year, the green one that they wore a few times.
It's been done before, hasn't it?
I mean, if I don't know, if I'm being honest, I'm looking at that and I'm comparing it to the one that they wore last year. I kind of prefer the one they wore last year.
Yeah.
And for that reason, if I was to buy one, I'd try to buy the one that they wore last year. But I have seen a few Carolina fans online say, "Why are we doing another Whalers throwback? Why can't we actually do a Hurricanes throwback?" I think it's nice. We'll put it first round pick for now.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
The next one, really nice jersey, and I would buy it if I could. Let's put it that way.
The Blackhawks one, for reasons which we've speculated, but we won't go into, because
it's taken from behind.
Every photo you see, the Blackhawks one is taken from behind,
or from side.
And they're not showing the logo. But I think we know which one it's meant to be. It's
an older logo.
1948.
In 1940s.
It's a circle with the red striping. We do have a throwback one of them coming in Black Friday sale.
It's got a plug. Jersey.
We've got a plug, haven't we?
Yeah.
It's nice. I like a Blackhawks jersey, to be honest.
So do I. I like Blackhawks on black. They look good. But
I can't believe they haven't done more, to be honest, recently on black.
Chicago have been in so many outdoor games and such. They have done so many different design variations on these sort of throwback classical jerseys that I feel like I've seen them all now.
Yeah, that's kind of similar. Toronto is the same for me.
Yeah,
we've seen St. Pat's, we've seen arenas, we've seen every. So it's Blackhawks again. I think it's solid, but top level of solid. So I would say first round.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
The next one, again, going back to the whole Buffalo old logo, new colours. I wasn't sure how this one was going to look.
It looks fantastic.
But it bangs. It absolutely bangs. I guess what kind of helps in a way, I don't know if Avalanche, when they were designing the original logo, kind of took this into account, but the colours aren't too different. The blue's only a shade or two darker, and burgundy's kind of red, isn't it? So that is a lot of people. We did a poll yesterday asking what people's favourites were.
That's probably my favourite.
Most people said abs.
Yeah, I mean that's one that's unfortunately going to be very hard to get a hold of, but I do want to buy that.
Yeah,
That to me goes straight to the top. That
I would go Hall of Fame, but I have no argument with GOAT. I get it.
Yeah, and to see a Nordiques jersey again after such a long time, I understand that it might upset old Nordiques fans that are like still bitter about the fact that they don't have a team. Rightfully so that they're bitter because they should have a team. But yeah, I think it looks fantastic in those colours. It's clean, nice to see the Avs giving a nod to the Nordiques, and yeah, I would buy that in a heartbeat.
Next one. To me, it looks like someone that's just downloaded the jersey template and has knocked up a quick.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it.
Design. I love that. I love that Columbus logo.
Blue jacket. See, I'm not a huge fan of it because I don't really know what it's meant to be. It's just sort of a shape.
It's like a CB and a J, isn't it?
Yeah. I think the new logo they've currently is a lot better. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan. I know that some people really like it. I'm sort of indifferent to the whole thing, to be honest. I just think it's a bit meh.
I've seen worse. I would go first.
There's worse on this list.
Yeah, I'd go third round on that.
Yeah, I'll agree with you there. We'll fill up the third round a little bit more.
Now, this one, like, obviously, I'll as I said, I'll put the photo big on the screen for you. But like looking at from here, you just can't see anything. All you can see is a star.
No, yeah, exactly.
It's too white out. It reminds me of like I know a lot of college teams, like Penn State, for example, do like a white out where in the big playoff games, everyone in the arena will get bought a white T-shirt.
Yeah,
it just reminds me of that.
Yeah, it's just a bit. I don't know, and also they still. I mean, I always thought it was annoying how the middle of the star in the logo didn't line up with the star at the bottom. And they still haven't fixed that. So that annoys me. And yeah, I don't know. Something about it just seems, like all the colours run out of it. And I get what they were going for. I get what they were going for, but I'm not a huge fan. I'd put it third line.
Yeah, I'd agree. Okay. I wouldn't be against actually putting that lower.
Well, the next one that we're going is definitely going at the bottom. So
the next one is just there's no other.
It's shit.
It's just boring. It's boring.
Here's a
like there's a lot of people
white jersey with some silver stripes and a Red Wings logo on the front of it. That's all. There's nothing exciting there.
It just reminds me like someone said it's like a training jersey. It's like Red Wings have got a new training jersey out.
Yeah, it is. It's like a training camp jersey. It's
just
with what they could have done, they've managed to make an even more boring jersey than they currently have.
Horizontal one with a D.
Yeah, anything like that. Even the old one with the Detroit printed on the front, but no, they've actually managed to make a more boring jersey than what they play in already.
That is just We'll obviously get onto my team later, but if I was a Red Wings fan and I saw that,
there's no way I'd be buying it.
They need something to cheer about. And that's not it.
Yeah,
healthy scratch.
That certainly isn't it.
Healthy scratch. Agree?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that goes to the bottom.
The next one, it's not bad.
No, it's a nice looking jersey. It's just what's different.
Yeah. I mean, reverse-wise, I'm pretty sure like the shoulders on the original were blue, and then it had the orange trim.
They've flipped the striping round and changed the shoulder colour. That's what they've done.
I do prefer like this colour set to like the current one. How they have like
the traffic cone orange
with dark, and then they have that one that's like a stealth jersey where the logo is the same colour.
Oh, we spoke about this in one of the previous jersey rankings we've done. I tend to dislike jerseys that use just two colours for everything, including the logo. I don't like it. And that goes for the Philadelphia and Pittsburgh Stadium Series ones that did that. I wasn't a fan of those, and I'm not a fan of that Oilers one that does it either. I mean, using two colours,
Sharks
I can get
is okay. I quite like the Sharks one.
Yeah, but there's enough sort of colour variation in that logo itself to possibly
Tampa
get away with it.
Stinks of bad stuff. The Tampa stealth one's all. This one, like, if I was an Oilers fan, I'd probably buy this over any they've got at the minute.
Well, we know some Oilers fans, and they were particularly disappointed that it was just that. Because there was rumours to start with.
Line.
Yeah, put it there, because I agree with that. Yeah. There was rumours to start with that they were going to do the old WHA logo, which is where the actual Oilers part of it is orange and the drop is blue. And if they'd have done that, it would have at least looked different enough to warrant the sort of reverse retro.
Oil drop. Yeah, it's the most different jersey you've got.
But yeah, I agree with
the
it.
Next
it's
one,
nice enough jersey. The next one looks really nice.
It really, really surprised me. I didn't realise how much I preferred this logo to the current one. How they've got the kind of shield.
Yeah.
So we've got the Florida Panthers. I'm just getting a bit of a closer look. So we've got the red shoulders with the kind of yellowy gold trim.
Yeah.
I guess it's the same colour as the actual Panther.
It's really nice.
I probably go first round.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I mean, I'll agree with that. It's a very nice jersey. Again, that's probably one that I'd gravitate. I definitely would gravitate towards the older Florida Panther jerseys rather than the newer one if I was I get round to getting one.
I'll let Dan talk about this next one because I feel like he could write probably a 15,000 word essay about his love for this jersey.
Right. Why is this not their full-time jersey? Why is this not their home jersey? You cannot look at me. You're using the Best Kings logo for a start. They're using the Best Kings logo and they're using the Best Kings colour scheme. Why is that not their home jersey?
It works.
It looks amazing. It looks fantastic. Every single night, the Kings come out in flipping black, white, or grey. How boring is that? Then come out in purple and orange, foreign blue and orange for all the King fans out there.
It's yellow, mate.
No, they call it foreign blue. That purple. It's
yeah, but you've just said orange.
Oh, sorry, orange, yellow. Sorry, I was on a rant. Yeah, that to me, that's Hall of Fame level. I wouldn't put it up there with the GOAT.
I would agree.
But that logo, that color scheme, everything about it works.
Looks fantastic. This one to me is reverse retro, just done right.
Yeah, everything about that is banging. I love it. Absolutely
Hall
love
of Fame. Let's go Hall of Fame.
I'd buy that.
Next one.
I'm kind of torn. Yeah, I'm kind of torn. I want to like it. Because it's North Star's colours, but something about it doesn't quite work for me. I would have rather they just put the North Stars logo on the front, to be honest.
Or done you know how they have the kind of M logo that's similar?
Yeah.
If they wanted to keep it Minnesota. But what me and you, I know, both like about the Minnesota the logo, whatever, is you've got the river, you've got the bear, you've got the star, you've got the forest.
Yeah.
But in this, you lose it all because it's just two colours.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe the M or the actual old N North Stars logo would have been better. I really do want to like it, but something about it doesn't sit right with me.
I just think if you're gonna acknowledge Minnesota, the history. Obviously, there was a kind of not really a debate, but people were wondering: would Dallas get it or would Minnesota get it? Because the Dallas Stars are technically the Minnesota Stars, and blah, blah,
I just
blah.
think the way that they've probably decided on that, and I would agree, rightfully so. I think the only reason why certain teams get away with it is because there's no longer a team in the location that they're throwing back to. Because the fans in Minnesota are more attached to the North Stars than the fans in Dallas are. The Dallas Stars fans would probably want a throwback to a Dallas Stars jersey, whereas Minnesota fans would happily buy a throwback to the old Minnesota team.
I mean, I don't know if it's it might even be a legal thing where because Dallas and Minnesota, they have the logo rights or something like that.
They can't put it on there.
Yeah, but if
you said they'd use them for alumni nights and stuff, though.
Well, so that's a good point.
Clearly, can use it in some aspects. I'm not.
It's kind of as I was saying, ignoring any legal ramifications. If you're acknowledging the colours, why not just acknowledge the logo?
Yeah, I agree. I would have rather just a North Stars jersey.
It looks like I've gone on Photoshop and just colour picked the North Stars and just changed it around. I'd third line.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Stick it down there, which is a shame because when I saw the colours, I got hyped. I was like, they're doing it, and then I saw it, and they're like, they haven't quite done it. So...
The Habs one, big fan. Really, really like this.
Yeah, it looks nice. Yeah, it looks very nice.
The Habs had, a similar kind of problem with Philly where they've only. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think. Oh no, Habs have used other logos actually, haven't they?
They have. They've used
the maple, weird like barber pole
and then the weird barber pole thing ones.
Yeah,
but they've used that logo for a very long time.
They've just used the C and the H
with very minimal changes as well. Like in some of the older ones, it's a bit more open. The C and the H is a bit smaller, and that's like the only. Like, I mean, with the Winter Classic one, it's technically a different logo. Actually, if you look at the shape to say that one,
yeah.
But it's all the same. But it's all variations of the same thing.
This is spot on.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Basically, what they've done is they've changed either the middle bar red for the blue or the white stripe for the blue, whether you're looking at road or home. A quick note on these jerseys anyway. Apparently, because we're looking at kind of different divisions now because of COVID, mainly issues in Canada where the Canadian
border crossing is a problem.
Border crossing. Apparently, these jerseys are only going to be worn on rivalry nights. So,
yeah, which,
Ottawa
to be honest,
versus Toronto, Flyers versus Penguins. But then, Dan, how many teams are there in the league?
31.
31.
That's
an odd number.
It is. But then,
so,
go on.
Are you going to have it where some might wear it? I'll start that again. Where some might wear it twice, for example.
I mean, I'd say that the Senators have a rivalry with Toronto and Montreal because we're so close to both of them. But all those games are always fights. So I mean, Vancouver obviously rivals with Calgary, but then Calgary are also rivals with Vancouver and the Oilers. So
Edmonton.
To be honest, you can make any Canadian team playing each other consider it a rivalry, really. More so than any American team playing any American team, because the Canadian fan bases are a lot more
passionate.
They're a lot more die-hard hockey fans. It's sort of everything to them.
But I mean, that's just a quick side note to perhaps.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they classify.
Mark down on the calendars.
Apparently, these aren't going to be easy to get a hold of, which is a joke in my mind.
I mean, they've made them to make sales, and
they're apparently not going to sell very many of them. It's like they should be available all season long. You should have to go NHL store and order one for a whole season. That's all it should be. There should be none of this exclusivity with them, in my opinion, because they've brought them out to try to make money, and then they're limiting how much money.
Just milk everyone.
Yeah,
you've got the chance to milk people. Just milk everyone.
Just do it, because I mean, like I've as day of this recording, about an hour ago, got a start date for my new job. I start in 3 weeks, so I'm looking there and I'm thinking.
Dan's already pricing up. Dan's already pricing up the red.
There's like 5 or 6 that I would happily buy, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get a hold of 5 or 6 of them. Which to me is just.
I know Cool Hockey are like doing a kind of like pre-sign it, where if you sign up to their newsletter, they're going to let you know when they're out first.
Yeah, but they should just be available.
Well, conveniently, they're doing it in December when Black Friday sales have stopped, which is they know what they're doing there. Anyway, back onto the Habs. Honestly, I don't know. I was going to say Hall of Fame, but then looking at the ones in Hall of Fame, I'd probably go first round.
First round pick. It's a very nice jersey, and it's nice to see the Habs do something a bit different. Right, well, Nashville just made a Nashville jersey.
Well, I'm trying to think. I think originally when they had this logo, like, it's a slight change, isn't it? A very, very slight change. I think it's more silvery or whatever than the one they've got now.
Yeah, it's the old logo.
I could be wrong there. But I don't think they ever had a yellow jersey with that logo.
No, that's the reverse part of it.
Yeah, which is.
But you know what they should have done?
It's just.
There's one Nashville jersey that I absolutely love, and it's almost impossible to find. And that's the one with like the checkered racing stripe along the bottom. Do you know the one I'm talking about? The navy one with like the racing stripe. That to me is a classic jersey they could have thrown back to. This to me just feels like, yeah, all right, it's a Nashville jersey. Brilliant.
It's all right. It's solid. It's not. I wouldn't look at that and think, ugh.
I also wouldn't look at that and go, oh, that's a special jersey. Do you know what I mean? Like
me neither.
These are specialty jerseys. I wouldn't look at that and go, oh wow, look at that. That's different. Whereas like Blastie, Buffalo, Yotes, Avalanche.
Imagine like a white mustard Preds. Well, you know what I mean? A white dopey cat.
Yeah,
it's third line grinder, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, and to say that though, to further the point that I was just saying, even if I look at that Minnesota one, I can go, I'm not a huge fan of it, but that's a unique, that's a special jersey. That's a special edition jersey. That is just a Nashville jersey.
Now the next one, I've been speaking to our good friend Dan.
Far better than I thought it would.
Our friend Dano, NHL Jersey, go on Twitter and Instagram. It's all right.
What's he thinking?
Don't worry about it, Dan. We're just giving you a shout out. He's a Devils fan. He lives that part of the country. He's a massive fan. He says he wanted a word mark, which I don't know if Devils have ever done a word mark. I don't think they have. But obviously, if it was going to be a bit different, it's just nice, isn't it? Like, we're coming into the holiday season. This is called the Christmas tree. I love
really nice with the green base.
The Devils green.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always try and think, like, when I look at a jersey, how does it make me feel? And as much as I want to love it as much as the Blastie and the Kings and the Buffalo, I don't know. There's something about it. I'd probably say first round, but if you wanted to put it Hall of Fame, I wouldn't be against that.
I'd bump it up. I'd bump it up for now because we can move. Like I said, we've got some wild cards to play around with later. I think it's really nice.
I think the next one we don't even need to talk about.
No, I mean,
that goes straight there.
The hockey guy summed it up. I would like to thank the Islanders for not participating. They just made an Islanders jersey.
New York, I mean, even if New York have had 2 alt logos in their history. Well, I mean, one is the NY with the Brooklyn one, which is, you might not like it. I think personally the black one's all right. I wasn't a fan of the.
I'm not a huge fan of it. And then you've got the Fisherman, and this was
the Fisherman, man.
The perfect time to bring it back, and they just went, no. Do you know what? Let's just make another home jersey.
Well, apparently it's something.
Why would you buy that as an Islanders fan? Would you buy that for the exorbitant price it's going to be?
I tell you what, at the end as well, try not to let me forget. We'll talk through what we think is going to be the highest selling and the least selling. That's got to be up there. It's no different.
No one's going to buy that. Like certain Islanders fans might buy it. It's an Islanders jersey. They're going to buy it if they collect every jersey the Islanders have ever wore, kind of thing, or they're big into buying Islanders jersey. There's absolutely no reason for me as a jersey collector who isn't an Islanders fan to go out of my way to try to find that and get that.
Apparently, the Islanders GM, I think his name's Lou. I can't think of his surname. I might have got this wrong. But apparently, he's very anti-Islanders. Anti-Fisherman.
So
which is why
there's a lot of people in the organisation that aren't, so they don't want it. Apparently, it's the same reason Mario Lemieux. He was obviously
hates RoboPen.
Hates the RoboPen.
I just think if you, end of the day, hockey is a business, and so is jersey selling. We know that. Adidas know that. Islanders know that. I think Islanders probably have the least. I would argue least selling jersey here. They did the Fisherman top 3. If they did the Fisherman top 3 without a doubt.
Yeah, it baffles me because, again, like you say, with something like this, you are trying to appeal. Yes, you're trying to appeal to your own fan base, but you also want other people that aren't necessarily your. Because hockey is very different to other sports, I find, in the fact that people are more than willing to wear the gear of teams that they don't necessarily support. I mean, I know I am.
Well, is.
Looking at teams that I won't wear, but that's it.
Yeah, looking at how they've styled these, looking at it from like a marketing perspective, they've almost styled it as in like these are fashion, you know.
Yeah, these are especially with the actual sizing on some of the models.
Oh yeah,
like
on the
Dallas one and
ladies,
the
they're a bit
Toronto
longer
one.
and stuff.
Yeah, the Dallas one and the Toronto one especially are modelled in quite a
Yeah.
fashionable way in the actual fit on the model.
And
it's just boring. It's just the same shit we've always seen. So I will let you move on to the next New York one, and I'm quickly going to run to the bathroom. I'll be back in a second.
Okay. I will talk about this whilst Dan's gone. We have the Lady Liberty. We all love it. It's a banger. It is probably my favourite Rangers one. That or the kind of like navy word mark they've done. It's the only thing is, if we're looking at it from a reverse retro perspective, there's nothing really reverse about it. They've done it on ice, the navy and the white, and then as a fashion jersey when started that weird fashion line where like Penguins had a navy blue, Flyers had a baby blue. I'm sure I can't think of many of. Ducks had a dark like black one. You know, it's a great jersey. I'm glad they've brought it back, especially kind of like with Lafreniere. It's almost kind of like a new. Dan's back now. I'll jump on. I was just saying, Dan, it's nice, but it's not reverse. Nothing about
it's
it
just
is really
another
reverse.
It's just another Lady Liberty jersey.
I'm glad they've brought it back, and it does seem quite fitting that they're kind of. I don't know. I mean, if they brought it back as a home, I wouldn't be against it. But it's quite fitting that they've brought it back when Lafreniere's here. It's almost like a new page.
Some of these I do think are going to end up becoming third jerseys.
I was just about to say, I reckon some of these.
Not all of them, but some of them are going to become thirds.
I reckon some of these are going to be worn more than others. Certainly the New York Rangers, the Coyotes, I reckon, because I still think Arizona. It is Arizona now, isn't it?
They should change.
I always have to list the old stuff. I think they're going to go Kachina.
And then that should be the third.
That's full time, and then that should be the third. The Rangers is. I think first round pick.
Yeah, we'll have
because
to
of what it is.
Yeah.
But if we're looking at it from a reverse perspective, you've not really done anything different. I was saying before you went, whilst you were gone, they've done the blue one, they had the white one, and then kind of what this whole reverse retro reminds me of is like Starter did a fashion line in the, it's got to be after like what 94 because that's when Ducks were anyway. So Ducks had a black jersey. They did a red Lady Liberty. And like they could have done a red one or like a black one, but you know they've done it the same. But I can't be too harsh on it because Blastie is pretty much the same, and that's a beauty. So next one, Dan, it's perfect. It's your team.
It is, and the second I saw the date that they were throwing back to, I was like, well, this is just going to be boring, and it's nice, but they could have done so much more. They could have done.
I think we were both gunning for, weren't we?
Yeah, the oldest throwback on this list is the Blackhawks that are throwing back to 1940. I was really gunning for a way throwback for us to the old Senators with the barber poles. Could have done something very unique, very different, would stand out massively. Or even a throwback to the old third jersey with the black, the silver, the black with the gold stripes. You could have flipped that to a white. With gold stripes. There was all sorts you could have done, but no, what they've actually done is just taken essentially our new home jersey and inverted the colours so it's black on red rather than red on black. It's nice. I'll probably try to get hold of it because it's a Sens jersey, but is it particularly exciting? I don't think so. I think it's a bit safe, boring.
You're technically got 3 new jerseys this year.
Yeah. And they're all pretty much the same fucking thing.
They're all similar, which is quite nice. They all fit into a theme. Personally, I always think the third should be different. It should have a different logo.
But that isn't going to. That's just third technically is still the red O jersey. I think.
Yeah.
As far as I'm aware, that's still our third. So our third's still different.
If you were in a shop Yeah. If you were in Adidas Hockey shop in Ottawa and you had the choice of the black one, the white one, or the red one, who are you getting on the back? Who are you getting on the back? You can get whoever you want on the back. What are you getting?
A black Brady Tkachuk.
Black Brady.
That doesn't dethrone the black one for me. Yeah, I would get the red one over the white one. If I had a choice of all three in front of me right now, I'd buy the black one because I think it looks nice.
Has he got shoulder logos or not? No.
That one. Can't really see. It does. It does. I think it does. That's a good question actually because it's quite hard to say. I've got them up on my phone. Give me a sec.
Let me have a look.
Yeah, it does. They're way up there though. They're way up on the shoulders. But also, interesting fact about that one is it's actually got the old bracket, quote unquote, 2D logo on it, not the new one.
Yeah, they are quite high. I do quite like that as a secondary logo on the shoulders.
I would have preferred the O on the actual home jerseys because we spent all this time marketing the O for the past 10 years, and now it just seems to chucked it out. So, but yeah, it's got the old 2D logo with the red wings on the back. This one, rather than the gold.
As a probably not neutral. I'd like to see Ottawa do well because of you, but I'm not an Ottawa fan. Again, same with Rangers. It seems a bit almost. Don't know what the word is. Seems a good time to get these new jerseys because we're
building a new young team, so it's a good time to change identity.
Well, this is obviously you're on a rebuild, but this to me is kind of like the first year that you might see it come to fruition, if that makes sense.
This is the
I don't really know how to word it.
This is the first year in the 3 years that we've been doing a rebuild that I expect to see improvement. But if we're in an all-Canadian division, we're going to get slapped. So that kind of throws a spanner in the works.
Yeah. I mean,
because we're not going to be playing in a normal division. We're going to be playing in a far more competitive division than what we would normally be in. Because we're going to have... at the moment, we're by far the weakest Canadian team. So if it's an all-Canadian division, we're going to be the ones getting slapped. To go back to the jersey... anywhere between first round pick and third line grinder. It's nice. I'll probably end up buying it. But
I would go first, probably. I'm a fan. I like it.
Okay. Fair. I also think it plays with the logo a bit because that big red part of the logo looks so good on the black, and then when it's on red, it loses the pop it has a little bit. But it is what it is. It's nice enough.
It's nice. It's a solid jersey.
I just would have liked to have seen something a bit more creative. I guess is my problem.
It's always quite funny when we do these tier list rankings in alphabetical order because we're always after each other.
And next to each other, yeah.
It's just...
it's a Flyers jersey, pal. It's
a Flyers jersey. Again, I say this every single video. We've never done anything different with a jersey. So what can you really throw it back to? It's not bad. But as I said, it's just the Flyers jersey. I just wish if the white arms were black all the way down.
Yeah.
Instant cop, without a doubt. But they...
the white arms do look a little at the bottom.
Yeah. It's almost like the jersey you're wearing now with the short sleeves where they've got a white hoodie underneath it.
Yeah, I'm wearing a goalie cut jersey, by the way, for everyone wondering.
That's why. Extreme goalie cut.
It is. This is a particularly short goalie cut, yeah.
It's... I don't know. I think I'm hypercritical because it's Flyers. I think you always are more critical.
You're always tougher on your own team, I think. It's either one or two ways. You're always extremely biased towards your own team or always tougher on your own team. I tend to be the other way. Tougher.
It's solid, but if I'm looking at the third line... it's better than Columbus and Dallas and Minnesota for me.
Stick it first round then.
I'd go first round.
Okay. Both of our teams in the middle of the pack seems fair. Pittsburgh. Yeah, it's all right.
We mentioned it briefly how the RoboPen.
I would have preferred to see a RoboPen.
Team owner. Yeah.
Personally, but it's nice enough. I mean, I don't wear Pittsburgh jerseys. They're one of the only teams that I don't wear. But it's a nice jersey. I like the original of that in black with the black version of that. So a white one's nice to see. Yeah, It's a Pittsburgh jersey.
It's all right. They've done it well. It's a reverse.
Yeah,
it was black,
it's not.
and now it's white.
There's nothing offensive about it. I'm not looking at it going, "Oh, that's horrible." I think it's nice, but it don't blow me away either.
I think if I was a Penguins fan,
I'd buy that if I was a Penguins fan.
I'd buy it. I'd buy that if I was
a Penguins fan. I really like this Sharks one. It's grown on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan, which is going to be quite. Talk about this. I'm going to nip to the loo quickly.
Yeah. I worried about the grey when I first saw this sort of be announced, I should say. But it has definitely grown on me. I like that old Sharks logo. I think it's great. I like the sort of crazy diagonal striping on the arms. Does kind of make it look a bit like a hoodie, I guess. But overall, I think it's very nice, and I would probably look to buy it if I could. Unfortunately, I think it can be quite hard to get hold of because I think that's one that will probably sell quite well. Sharks jerseys seem to sell quite well with people that are quite new to hockey because their logos are quite cool. So I'm just trying to find a close up of it. Sorry, that's why I'm looking at your phone. Oh, there we go. Yeah, the striping on the arms is cool. Makes it kind of look like a hoodie. It doesn't help the guy wearing it is actually wearing a hoodie underneath.
Empty blood and we are back.
But
what were you saying?
I was just saying I really like it. Kind of looks like a hoodie. Doesn't really help that the guy wearing it in the photo shoot is actually wearing a hoodie underneath. That doesn't assist. The striping on the arms kind of make it look like a hoodie, but I like the striping on the arms. I mean, I'd buy it. It's cool.
It works well. I most of the time I wear a jersey, I wear a hoodie underneath.
Yeah, I mean, I'm wearing one underneath this right now.
Yeah, I think that works well with a hoodie. Some jerseys work better with a hoodie because of the black accent. I think the Flyers one would work well with a hoodie, probably the Sens one as well. It's a nice throwback to the, I think it's their first ever jersey in the league, where I think it was where the white is on the arm. It was originally grey and then vice versa. It's solid. It's nice. If I was a Sharks fan,
I'd buy that. I'd buy that. Even, I don't actually have a Sharks jersey yet, and I do need to get one because
I don't actually. I mean,
I would buy that.
Is it an older logo? Looking at it, it looks. I can't really think.
It's an older version of their logo. Yeah.
It's just the newer, updated one now, isn't it?
Yeah.
San Jose.
Yeah, that's an old logo. I don't know if that's their first ever logo, but it's a version similar.
Oh yeah, it's similar, isn't it? There we go for those watching at home. I'm sure you already know, but yeah, no, I like it. I like the old logo. I know a lot of people that get into hockey, as we said earlier, pick it because it's a nice colour scheme and a nice logo, and a shark's a cool animal. So I think a lot of people would be happy with that. If I was a Sharks fan, as you said, I'd look to buy that one. I would go first line.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. First line's getting pretty busy, but I guess that's how it works normally. Yeah.
Now,
over to you because you are more of a fan of the original of this than I am.
Now I love I call it the trumpet logo because it's got the trumpet on the shoulder. I love this one. Normally, I prefer the original versions, but I think Adidas done a really good job with the blue one they've done. I think that came out the year they won the cup. They've kept the font the same on the back, where it's kind of like it's against the stripe through the middle. I really, really like it. When I saw they were doing red, I was a little bit worried. But I think they've smashed it. It's reverse of the blue, I think, because I think the blue originally had the red at the bottom. It's nice. If I was a Blues fan, I'd look at getting one. Another plug, if you want the original white one, we're dropping that on Black Friday. I like it. First round for me.
Yeah, I'll agree. I mean, I'm not a huge fan.
Hall of Fame. No, yeah. I like them colours.
But I think it's very odd having a team called the Blues playing in a predominantly red jersey.
Yeah.
But that's just nitpicking because I get what they're trying to do.
I mean, Blue Jackets
I've never been a huge fan of that one. In red as
Blue
well.
Jackets are playing in red.
Yeah, both teams that have blue in their name.
You like with Tampa. Like personally, I'm a bit indifferent to this one. I'm very like I don't think it's bad. You can talk about this one then, Dan.
I think it's. I don't know. I've an irk with Tampa's current jerseys, and that's the fact that it's just a Maple Leafs jersey with a different logo on the front. Whereas this harkens back to when they had. You would see a jersey and go, "Well, that's a Tampa jersey." Because it has the blue, it has the black, and it has the white, and it has the more sort of silvery look to the logo. It's got the old logo with the Tampa Bay. I would actually like to see Tampa go back to that color scheme, but with the new logo in silver on the front. And I think that would
kind of almost had like
nice.
It's I don't know. It's almost like a shadow, isn't it, on the bowl?
Yeah,
like add a shadow onto the bowl.
I would like to see them go back to something like this a bit more frequently with the extra black and the thicker white stripes. I think it's really nice. I mean, I would like to buy that. I would like one of the originals of the old Tampa black ones, to be honest. But yeah, I like it. I think it's a solid effort. Like the use of the old logo. I think it will look very good on the ice. So, I mean, I'll put that first round. I won't put it Hall of Fame because you're not a huge fan of it.
Yeah, again, like it's just one of them jerseys where, like, I know a lot of people like it, but it just doesn't really do anything for me. The next one as well, like
it's an improvement on because I just don't like the fact that Tampa just look like Toronto. I don't like that. I like teams
that leads on very well
to Toronto. I'll let you talk about it.
I try and talk about Toronto because I know Dan hates Toronto for solid reason. But I don't know, like, we spoke about it before, and I think we spoke about it on Instagram Lives before, where basically Toronto have had so many jerseys, like, in their history because they're so old that they've then brought back for Centennial Games and Winter Classics and, you know, all of these. So they had the St. Pat's one, which is a nice jersey. They've had the Arenas one, which is a pretty cool jersey.
Yeah.
So it was a bit like, oh, what are they actually going to do? And then, like, it's just boring. Like, it gives me the same feelings that Red Wings one.
I think it's nicer than the Red Wings one. I think they've done more to make it a separate jersey that you.
I do like how the logo's a bit different.
The logo's massive, though.
I was just about to say, I wonder if that's why they've got that
logo is
a huge one, because that logo is huge.
Yeah, the logo's enormous, and the logo's quite big on a few of these.
I tell you what, you would not get that in a mailing bag.
No, the logo's
that in one of the mailing bags I use. That is
I'm going to say something positive about a Toronto jersey, so everyone brace yourselves. I do like the sleeves. I do like the white coming down all the way to the bottom. I think it looks quite nice.
It's almost like grey white, isn't it?
Yeah, it seems to be some sort of a grey colour rather than a pure white that they would normally use. But yeah, I do like the sleeves, but the logo is just enormous. I don't think it needs to be that big.
Third line.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure that I'm not just being biased because it's not the worst one there by any means, but I do like the arms. But I don't only ever buy it to wipe my arse with.
That you quite like Vancouver, and
Vancouver are my second favourite team. Yeah,
and I've got a bit of a soft spot because one of my friends that's into hockey, another Dan, not as if I know enough.
Too many.
He's a Vancouver fan. They're a fun team to watch. They've got a nice young core and they're good. But, like, oh my God. Like,
their jersey history is...
to me, this.
Yeah. You like
this is so nice. It's so good. Obviously...
I'm not a huge fan of gradients.
No.
But to me, this one works a hell of a lot better than that red gradient they tried.
Well, yeah, that's obviously the throwback to it, isn't it? Perhaps
what it's a reverse of that.
Perhaps people might have thought, like, oh, what about the, flying skate? And obviously you had that a year or two ago.
That's been brought back a few times now, and the stick and rink's been brought back a lot as well.
I wouldn't have been against the Vancouver Millionaires in, like, off-white. with burgundy, but
they're cursed. Anytime they play in a jersey that throws back to the millionaires, they lose. So I don't think they were going to do that again for a while.
But this is nice, man. This is so
cool.
nice.
It is cool. It's one of those jerseys that I feel like I need to see it in person to really get how much I like it. But it's something different.
Just
I think
in
it's pretty
case,
cool.
just in case anyone from the NHL Adidas Hockey are listening,
feel free to send
if you want to send us any, we'll do a sparkling review. I mean, if you want to sell us all 31, I'd probably say send them in a large, and then me and Dan can share them.
We'll be your UK reseller for you. I'm
your
sure.
UK social media partner. The Vancouver one, I had the original gradient one when I was in London, so a month or two ago, probably a bit longer than that now actually. And that was really nice. We've got another one coming as well, but that's not until after Christmas now.
It's nice. I'd buy that.
Honestly, I would go Hall of Fame.
I'll allow it. Yeah. It's nice. It's cool. It's different. It's unique. Probably the best use of a gradient I've seen. I mean, maybe the Pens Robo with the slight gradient on that.
Yeah, it would have been cool to, because obviously technology's got a bit farther, so Penguins probably could have done a nicer gradient. But
now
the next one,
Vegas.
man.
I'm going to say this: it looks better than I thought it would. However, I still don't like it.
We're both on common ground where
we don't think that logo, that shoulder patch, works as a main crest on a jersey, and I still don't. I think it's a good shoulder patch.
It's too weak, isn't it? It's too weak.
Crest. Yeah, I don't think it's a main crest. I do quite like. Obviously, everyone did the whole Vegas can't have a throwback. I kind of agree with that. But they're obviously throwing back to a team that was in Vegas before, played in one of the lower leagues. And they did have that sort of weird V at the bottom. That looks quite nice.
Yeah, it was Las Vegas Thunder, wasn't it?
Yeah, like I said, it looks better than I thought it would, but I'm not a huge
fan. The red and black, I don't know if they meant to, but the old Las Vegas, I don't think they exist anymore. Las Vegas Wranglers were another team, a lower division. They played in red and black. It's better than the gold one.
Yeah, it is, but the gold one at least is a bit more. I don't think the NHL needs more red jerseys. Like, I don't. No, every team seems to have
red and blue.
Red
there's
jersey.
Too many.
Yeah, red and blue. There's too many. Whereas at least they do have a unique color scheme. We can give them that. I know that you're not a huge fan. I do quite like the home and away jerseys. I'm not a fan of that gold one.
The gold one. Gold. I would argue the gold one is the worst. Certainly at the minute, maybe ever for me.
I'm definitely interested to see what it looks like on the ice. A team of sparkling gold hockey players. It's going to be interesting.
It's, they're trying something different. And you can't give stick. Third line,
they're trying something different.
Vegas
it looks better than the two on the bottom. But I just don't think that logo works as a crest.
Basically, Vegas as a franchise, Golden Knights don't have a history because they're only
3 years
old. 3 years old now.
Yeah.
But Vegas as a city perhaps does with the Wranglers.
Fun fact: Vegas held the first ever official outdoor NHL. I think that's a fact, isn't it? That's true.
Coyotes versus Kings, maybe. It was outside the hotel, wasn't it? Was it?
Yeah.
Whatever it's called, Caesar's Palace.
One of the
anyway, the next one, I'm going to let you take it because
Kieran's not. Kieran likes to scream evil.
I'll say this now.
He doesn't like it in red.
Yeah, listening to this, everyone is allowed your own opinion. Your opinion is not wrong. You're entitled to it. We're entitled to ours.
Purely subjective.
Don't give us stick for not liking jerseys. You can like whatever jersey you want. We don't want to change that. This is just our opinion. For me, this just misses the mark. So I'll let Dan talk about it.
I kind of get what you mean. I think I think it's because they have to do the reverse, right? They have to do something about it. Has to change unless you Calgary and New York. But I don't know. I would have preferred to see it come back in blue. I would have preferred to see it come back in blue. I do, however, like it in red. I do like the striping with the capitals on the bottom, like they used to have. Interesting, they put the C on the other side. Only Detroit normally do that.
Oh yeah, I never noticed that until just now.
So I don't know if they. I mean, it makes sense because of the shape of the logo. Putting the C at that top corner, you'd have to really squish it in because of the shape of the logo.
Well, the thing I have right is the white one.
Yeah.
Have the capitals on the stripe. Only the blue one did. And to me, the blue one is a lot more iconic because I think it was Ovi's rookie jersey. He scored the really famous goal where he was on the floor in it. Maybe like a black one. It's just
a black one would have been pretty badass, to be fair.
Yeah, it's just
they're doing
the
again
colours
what
for me
Barcelona
don't work.
I think because I think teams now try to have a far more uniform colour scheme across all jerseys, unless of course you're the Canucks, in which case you just bring out a random different colour scheme every 10 years.
Yeah.
So
you just dip into your jersey history and go, yes,
and go, this thing, we'll have that. Every other one here, apart from probably the Blue Jackets, and maybe the Blues, are fairly uniform with their colour schemes now. I don't know. I like it. I do like it. I wouldn't put it any higher than first round, though.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's put it first round, and then it might get interesting when we move stuff.
Yeah, you can move it down. Right. Now, this one, for me, really misses the mark.
I just don't get what they were doing.
The Winnipeg Jets. I don't understand what the attempt here was.
Let me just look if they've ever had one where it looks like it's a black and white TV before. Because, so what year were they throwing it back to? Because it's just not nice. Like,
no, it's not.
It's so monochrome. It reminds me of. Do you know when? I think it was like 2010 on the Reeboks when they did them. I forget. Was it Black Ice they called them? Where it was like. It just reminds me of that, and I know a lot of people like them again, which is fine. I just think
have they gone with the sort of grey colour because obviously the name, the Jets, that's quite a militaristic sort of jet colour scheme, or I don't know. What year are they throwing back to? Because I don't get it. Oh, 79.
Yeah, I'm trying to...
79 they're throwing back to.
Okay, right,
they've got the old logo, which is cool. But don't know, man. I don't like it. I do not like it.
There we go. That's what they're throwing back to. The designer was just colourblind and thought that was a full colour photo.
See, I would have liked to have seen.
Okay, so that was the colour. That was the jerseys they were using in 1979.
Yeah.
So how in the world?
I would have liked to have seen a throwback to this.
Yeah, but this is the thing, right? Yeah, like make that in red.
Yeah, they've done that. You could do it in red. You could do it in blue with the white stripes. You could even do this template with the new logo on it. You could do anything. And they've gone with some. I like the Jets. I do like the Jets. I won't be buying that. Not a chance. Unfortunately.
I mean, I think that one is the worst designed. Worse than Islanders and...
sorry. Detroit's worse designed. They didn't design Detroit's.
But like...
At least they've designed that. There's been no design in Detroit's. They've just gone, here's a
I
blank
just
white
don't
jersey,
get it. I don't get the colours. Why have they used a different blue?
No, I get what you're saying.
That logo...
They've tried to do
the one
something.
You shape.
Which is more than you can say for the other two. But I will say this:
God loves
going
a trier,
but
scratch. They've missed.
It's going in healthy scratch.
Yeah, healthy scratch. It's got to be.
But I will give them this: they tried, unlike Islanders and Red Wings. They tried to do something.
Right. We're at the point now where we
can move one up, one down. each.
So let's do our ups first. So we get one each. I'll let you go first, Dan.
Oh, that's difficult. Move one up. I'm none from the third line are moving up for me. None from the healthy scratch are moving up for me.
I must say, looking at this, the Oilers is growing on me, but it's nothing different.
The only see, I want to be careful because I don't want to put too many in the top row. But
yeah,
I'm looking at that Hall of Fame, and the only ones that I'd really want to maybe move up are in that.
Well, I think I might move mine up from there, so feel free to do it.
Well, Kings is going to move up then.
Okay. Well, so I think for you, it's probably the colours.
I'm a sucker for those colours. Anyone that's watched or any of our videos knows
and
that.
The logo
combined, just
two.
Yeah, it just looks mint.
I'm happy you've done that. To be honest, that was my up. It's going to be Blastie. It just looks so nice. It was between that or Vancouver, to be honest. I really, really like the Vancouver one. Now down. What are we moving down?
Wild Wing.
You're moving the Wild Wing down to third line. Wow.
Yeah, man, look at it. Okay, look at it compared to everything else, and it just looks, in my opinion. I mean, I'd move it to the bottom if I could, but I'm not going to do that. It just looks like it comes from an entirely different league.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But, I'm a Disney fan. I like how it's... Sorry, any Caps fans, but...
You're moving that down?
WXY, that's right, isn't it? VW, yeah. It just looks like someone that's perhaps not that great at designing on Photoshop, and they've downloaded the template pack, and I think it'd be so much better if it was black with. I see why they've done the red because it's the current colours. Again, as you said, they've randomly changed the side of the captain's patch as well, which is. I'm 99% sure it wasn't like that originally.
You would have, yeah.
Do you think it's because the wing is
the logo's? Yeah, the logo's bigger than the original one. So now, if you try to squash a C on that side, it's going to look really, really weird because of how high the logo is. So I think that's why they've done it. But it does actually look quite off-putting. Can we make a gentleman's agreement to move up one more that we both agree on? And can I maybe suggest the Whalers gets moved up?
Yeah, why not?
Just because I don't like the fact that there was more in GOAT than in Hall of Fame.
Okay, so if tomorrow you win 500 quid on a scratch card.
Yeah.
Let's say you buy enough to buy 3. You win enough to buy 3.
Win enough to buy 3. Okay.
What 3 are you buying?
Nordiques and Coyotes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Let's say not Sens. You're not allowed to buy your own team.
I'm not. The Sens was never in the equation, to be honest, if I'm just choosing 3. Fuck me, that's difficult. It would be Nordiques, Yotes, and probably Kings. You could maybe swap the Kings out for either Vancouver or Buffalo.
See, I see that Vancouver growing on you, Dan. Trust me. By tomorrow, that'll be on your bedside table. You kiss that every night.
/Nordiques and Coyotes would be absolute top of the list, bar none, to get.
I think for me, it would probably be Coyotes, Flames.
Here's the thing with Flames, you can just buy an original Blastie.
You can, but to be honest, I looked earlier and the prices.
Well, they've gone up now because of those ones. Whereas you ain't going to find a purple Coyote or a Nordiques like that.
No, I like that Habs, man. I really like that Habs.
I do like it, but I wouldn't buy it over other ones there. I would buy any of the ones in the top,
we've already
top
got
two rows before I bought that Habs one.
Yeah. I like the I really like the New Jersey one.
Yeah, the New Jersey one's class.
So anyway, that's our tier list done. We will save this. We will put it out on Instagram hopefully tomorrow morning. We'll hopefully get the video out tomorrow as well. We will put the link to the tier list in our Discord channel, which if you aren't in already, join it. It popped off a bit last night. I'm not going to lie. It popped off. Even if you're not a huge hockey fan, we've got channels to talk about music, video games. I do a soda review, non-hockey sports. We're in lockdown again. It might be lonely for some. So come and join. It'll be good fun. It's a nice community. Would like to see yours. If you do want to join the Discord, just give us a message on Instagram, Slapshot Vintage. For some reason, the link expires every day, so I'm having to constantly re-up. Yeah. Let us know what you think if you're looking at buying some. I know someone yesterday sold me the green peyote so they could fund the purple one. So if you are looking for any to sell any jerseys to fund these, give us a message as well. Let us know your favourite, your worst one, if you're ordering one. If you were surprised by any. I'm a bit surprised the Rangers actually went Liberty, to be honest.
I'm very surprised.
I didn't think they were going to until the show.
It's a bold move.
Again, when I saw the teaser, I was like, no, it's not going to work. But holy shit,
it does work. It does work.
So that's it. We'll see you all soon, and we've got some exciting stuff coming up. We've got some more tier lists we're working on. We're going to try and do a Instagram poll bracket challenge of like NHL jerseys throughout the league.
Yeah.
As my PS5 controller has arrived, not the console yet, I am going to, as you can see, Dan, I got it out of the box. I was practicing with it earlier. I'm going to start streaming on Twitch. Hopefully Friday let me work this out, 20th? Friday the 20th, we are doing a franchise mode. Slapshot Vintage Hockey Club is a real thing from Friday, if the game arrives. Me and Dan, we're your top line, probably top line D, left and right. Will Curling's going to be in net. We might make a few of us in the Discord channel. So yeah, follow us on the socials.
A 5'4" winger. That's what we need.
Mr. Moon, 5'4" winger. Thanks for all the support. We're edging ever closer to 2,000 followers, which by Christmas, 1794, something like that, I think.
Yeah, well, hopefully by Christmas be 2, and we're doing a giveaway, aren't we, for 2K?
We are doing a giveaway at 2K. So the sooner you get us there, the sooner you're going to be winning something. Potentially. Not everyone's winning something.
Did you see...
Thanks. Go on.
Sorry to interrupt, on the subject of giveaways, or something that I found quite funny. Geeky Jerseys, like the Instagram page that does all the geeky jerseys. They did a giveaway and the hockey guy won it. And everyone just kicks off, and he was like, "Yeah, no, give it somewhere else."
But anyway, our giveaways aren't rigged anyway. So take care all. Cheers for listening, and
have a good one.
Stop.